Hey there, Becca here from Inside the Square. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to use CSS to create a frosted glass effect for the index pages in your Brine Squarespace website. Now, the codes I'm using today are listed in the description below, but I'd love to walk you through it. There are a few nuances that you're going to want to know about so you know exactly what to change for your own design, okay? So let's hop into my demo site and just get started with this one. So here in my demo site, I have a background image on both of these different sections, and what we're going to do is hop into Design and then scroll down to Custom CSS at the bottom. That's where we'll go ahead and paste this code. Now you'll notice immediately we get that frosted glass effect on both sections and across the whole image. So if there is a part of that you're going to want to change, let's add a little bit of code to it to change the width and isolate just one section, okay? So before this final curly bracket right there, I'm going to go ahead and create a new line, and I'm going to say width 80%. And that's going to pull it in a little bit. It did pull in my text as well. This is the entire content of that index page that just got adjusted. Awesome. Now, if you just want this to be applied to, let's say, the first section of an index page, or the first index in this list of many, you can do that as well by adding a little bit to the very beginning of this code. Here I'm going to say index page nth child 1, and then add a space, and that is going to isolate just this top one, and you'll notice this one's not affected at all. Pretty awesome, right? So again, that's isolating the first. If I change that to a 2, that will move the frosted glass effect to my second section and leave the first section alone. The other part of this code that I want to mention, I'll go ahead and put this back to 1 so we can take a look here. You can adjust the actual background color by adjusting the numbers in the rgba part of this code. Instead of 255, I can change that to like 0, so I get a teal effect there. And if I want it to be more intense of a color, I can change this 0.3 to 0.8, for example, to adjust that opacity, or 0.1 if I want it to be barely visible there. Play around with this rgba color code to make sure it actually matches the site style for the design you're working with. And after that, we also have the blur effect here. If I set this to 15 px, for example, that'll be really blurry of a background. Or I can change it all the way down to 1, so it's barely blurry compared to anything else. So those are two parts you're definitely going to want to adjust to fit the site style that you're designing for. Now, if you do want to install this on a single index page, just head over to the page header code injection for that individual page. Let me show you here. I'm going to go ahead and just press Control-X, remove all of that code. We'll select Save, and we'll hop back over to our main Pages menu. Here I can pick Pages, and then you see this little gear icon right here. If I click on that and navigate down to Advanced, I can place the CSS code right here in just that index page. So what I'm going to do is make sure the browser knows it's a style code. I have to say Style, and then I can paste the code right there, select Save. The browser will reload, and check it out. The effect that we just had is applied to that page, but only this set of index pages. So if I've got other index pages on my site, those won't be affected at all. Alrighty, that's it for this quick tutorial. Again, the codes I used are listed in the description below. Feel free to play around with that blur, that rgba color code, and the width of the actual frosted effect if you don't want it to go all the way to the edges of the page. To install it on a single set of index pages, navigate to your page header code injection, but don't forget those style brackets, because you can put any type of code in the page header code injection. We've got to make sure it knows it's a style code, okay? Awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something awesome, and most importantly, have fun with your Squarespace website. Bye for now. If you like this tutorial, you'll love my CSS cheat sheet. With over 30 pages of pro tips and code snippets specific for Squarespace, you can customize your site way beyond your design menu. Download your copy today at insidethesquare.co/CSS. That's insidethesquare.co/CSS.